Okay, Aries, hi, this one is for you. That's you, Aries. This is Star Illumination, and this is your micro mini report for the Aquarius new moon eclipse, middle of February 2018. It's kind of a big deal because we're right in the middle of the Leo Aquarius eclipse cycles, which of course coincides with the lunar node, North Node Leo pattern transit that we're going through right now. So what's happening right now could be like a reverberation from what happened a year ago, almost exactly a year ago at this time, and it could set you up for what could be happening roughly in about 6 months from now when the final round of Leo Aquarius eclipses occur. Okay, so think of this as a timestamp, one of those calendar moments where you're taking a screenshot of your life in your world at this moment in time, okay? It's just a screenshot, okay? Let's look at it that way. Cards were well shuffled in advance, but I like to go to the last second so that you're a witness, okay? No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals, sorry. It's just enough, it's enough to read the cards the way they were originally designed. So for you, Aries, this new moon eclipse is happening up there in your so-called 11th house, which would be the natal house for Aquarius anyway. So regarding, classic 11th house themes about like the grand design, the the dream for humanity, the hopes and dreams for everything to be like this utopian, wonderful thing. It's that kind of energy. So, and it's very seductive for all of us. We all want everything to be wonderful all the time, especially in a group setting. But sometimes, we all know it doesn't kind of work that way all the time. So if you, Aries, are sensing that you're coming to this, like, maybe it's not a stark awakening, but like these, like, incremental awakenings, like, oh my gosh, everything that I thought was, everything that I understood or perceived about like humanity and the world at large is becoming not just deeply questioned, but it's becoming obsolete and redundant, and a whole new higher level awakening of understanding about uh, your place in humanity, what humanity means for you, what belonging with the community means for you. And with the eclipse there, since it's on the south node, it's all about releasing and letting go of all the obsolete, redundant attitudes, perceptions, and beliefs that you've been holding on to for so long, perhaps for lifetimes. And now it's time to change because a whole new higher frequency level of perception is unfolding for you, okay? Uh, and there's no going back, okay? That's one of the things about eclipses. There's no going back, you know? And if you try to fight it, all you're going to do is bring on pain that you don't need. So you might as well just go with the flow, okay? And that's the whole point of doing these readings anyway, is to help you guys to reduce the amount of pain in your life by getting closer and closer into tune with the flow of things, allowing the healing power of love to flow into your life, into your world, as opposed to fighting it, and understanding that that's the most important thing. It's more important than anything. Okay, so yeah, the South Node energy, it's all about the letting go, the releasing of all the redundancies, and making space and allowing for what's new. Okay, so we've pretty much done the shuffles. Let's just make it official. We are now done. And now we're going to cut, and then we're going to do a really quickie little mini read for you. And then you can reinterpret however you want. It's your reading, it's for you, and I'm just providing a service and a platform for you guys to hang out. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle it? What's the circumstantial energy? Aries, you, of course, always going to make the best of it. Okay, you've got this. So if you're looking at, remember, this is not a cups card. This is swords. Even though the heart is very, very huge here, and it's a very stark image for a lot of people, it scares a lot of people. If you're realizing that the energy of betrayal is like, let's say, becoming apparent in your life, in your world, how you have betrayed yourself, how others have betrayed you, how everybody in the world betrays themselves and each other, then that's really good to know, because it's so easy for us to do. A lot of us consciously and deliberately compromise ourselves in order to get along, and ultimately that hurts. We end up damaging ourselves. A lot of the times we compromise ourselves unconsciously, and we don't even know we're doing it. And that's the tragedy, because a lot of us live on autopilot. We just, we're living according to the way that we were raised or indoctrinated or conditioned in our youth. And then everything else is just habits. We're just doing everything on autopilot. And then you come to this stark realization, my gosh, it was all a big crock of doo-doo. And there's no point in like denying it. Like if this is the circumstantial energy where you're seeing how you are betrayed, how others betray you, how you betray others, uh, in order to just say get along with humanity, that's really important to know, so we can outgrow those behaviors and learn how to be true, how to be honest and authentic, so that we don't have to live under the energy of like, what I would call like chronic low grade betrayal, where you're always like uh, operating at 70 or 60 or 35% efficiency or whatever. Let's have a look. What's the circumstantial energy? What's your situation? So with the strength card here, Aries, for you, since the Aquarius energy is kind of harmonious with you by nature anyway, maybe you're going to have an easier time than others dealing with this big shift that's happening, the ending of old ways and the beginning of new ways, where you're realizing this is a chance for you to come into your power, okay? By realizing what doesn't work, realizing, oh my gosh, I had no idea how incredibly subtly effective I was at betraying myself, and how incredibly subtly effective I allowed others to betray me, and how we can all end up uh, compromising ourselves and each other in our group settings. Oh, freaking no. Welcome. Wake up. Wake up. So this is a time to take yourself and figure out like, wow, this is a chance for me to grow and evolve. Yay. I get to see how I can take my, let's say, my core animal egoic self, how I am, you know, without, how you are on autopilot, your just natural, intuitive, instinctive self, and realize that this is truly is a chance for me to grow. And the growth wouldn't happen except through these stark and maybe very painful awakenings that are happening right now in your circumstances, which is going to trigger you to have to make this. It isn't just one grand leap, it's an incremental leap, gently, slowly unfolding as the eclipse energy unfolds, realizing you don't have anywhere else to go but forward, because the door is closed. You can't go back. You can't keep doing this to yourself anymore. You can't let others do this to you anymore. So there's no option to move forward and evolve spiritually. Okay, that's it. That's what this is all about. Your own spiritual evolution, taking it up to the next level. Okay. Especially in the group setting. All right, let's have a look. What's the challenge? Okay. The challenge is accepting, it's going to sound really weird, accepting that this is all over. Because sometimes we get so comfortable and used to our own betrayals, how we betray ourselves and how we allow others to betray us, so that everything is basically like really screwed up and compromised and broken. And uh, you just accept that as normal. That's over. That is done. And the thing is, Again, this is going to sound really perverse, but we can become so wedded and so married to our discomfort, our fakery, our self-undoing, that we just think that it's normal. And then realizing that, wait a minute, this is not normal. Okay, this is not healthy. And so the thing is just like, oh my God, does that mean I have to grow and evolve and beyond this and accept that this is all over? Yes. And it means having to evolve and grow spiritually. Okay, because your egoic self may be deeply attached to this energy without even knowing it. It's just that it becomes status quo. Like, well, they're screwing me, so I screw them. Or they're screwing around on me, so I screw around on them. That's just how it works. Everybody does it. No, that's not actually true. Not everybody does that way. Not everybody is living in treachery, in betrayal, in self-undoing like that. Some people actually really like to be in their truth, in their honesty, in their simplistic, in their most simple, loving selves, according to the highest frequencies possible, where this is simply not allowed. And so for you, Aries, that's the realization that in terms of your community, your environment, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes for your like your people, so to speak, this is no longer acceptable. You can't, there's no longer any cheating, lying, or uh, screwing around allowed. And that means having to like mature, okay? Uh, the end of the old way, the beginning of the new way. That's the challenge because we get so comfortable with our, let's say, inadequacies, and it becomes too much work to evolve and grow. Okay, I'm going on too long. How do we deal with this? Look at this massive thing here. It's all major arcana. So the way to handle it is understand that everything is exactly as it should be. If there's some like deep, um, let's say, triangulation or realization that you need help above and beyond what you can do on your own in these matters, even if it includes matters of the heart, then please accept that that's just exactly how it should be, and it can't be any other way. There's no going back. The only way out is through. The only way forward is forward. And if you want to write it all off as fate, that's fine. If you think that fate is working against you, sure, you can blame fate if you want. On the other hand, if you see that the, let's say, call it fates are working for you, and you decide that, okay, I guess this is obsolete and I am going to evolve and I'm going to grow, then good. Treat it as a magic carpet ride into the future, even though it means having to let go of a past that you might love, even if the past is deeply contaminated. Sorry about that. Okay? You can handle this, Aries, okay? I went on way too long there, sorry. So there you go. You can reinterpret however you want. Okay, it's your reading. If it all feels fated, then just go for it. All right? If you want to take charge of this and own this, freaking go for it. Bye.